G'day guys, happy Friday. It's Jimmy Trades here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining. It's time for today's daily dose of chart analysis. If it's your first time here, please sub to the channel. Greatly appreciate the support. Also remember to hit that notification bell and smash that like button. All right guys, last day of the week. Excited to finish out the week. Let's see if we can get some sort of price action and get a trade out that's favorable today. Let's go and start with the calendar because I'm pretty sure we have some news today. And we do. We have 8:30 core PCE price index. So looking for any trades. Be waiting until after New York Open for that at 9:30. For commodities, 9 a.m. You might want to use this opportunity with the news to expedite an eval or two. If you choose to do that, grab some Apex accounts. You still have time before open. Using code Jimmy will give you max discount. We're running out of time. I think Monday is the last day for the promotion, or the current promotion. Ends on the 30th, so grab those evals at 80% off and have a crack at expediting. Let's roll over to the charts. Starting here on NQ. Okay, so on NQ we see that price reached into this bearish FEG. On the daily, and it had a reaction to that level. Now I did suggest that possibly we might continue higher yesterday, just with the way the hourly structure was looking, but we did end up with a retracement. We sold off straight away at New York Open. Which again, you know, with a full day of expansion, I guess isn't a surprise. What we should be doing is obviously looking at where price is currently located and just forming our bias off of that. So a bearish bias would have also given an entry, and you may have seen that the 5-minute entry on NQ at New York Open. And if you picked it up, well done. Congratulations, it was a hell of a trade. I think it dumped like 1,000 ticks or something, or thereabouts. Crazy. So working off of that, I would have been looking for price to react to maybe 50% of this level here of the wick. Also looking for, what do we got, Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday, the low is 953, 955. So Tuesday just got Monday for the low. So we can look at a potential TGIF today with a retracement back into the weekly range. So we can look for and anticipate a 20 to 30% retracement back into the range. So I'll be looking for shorts today. As long as we respect the 50% of this wick, then we can anticipate price to retrace today. Dropping down to the hourly now. And we see that dump yesterday. This was that drop here at open. And straight away we can see that we get this bearish change in the state of delivery. Bearish change in the state of delivery right there. That's the first moment in time we get a change in trend with displacement and we're coming from an important level. So we're in that daily bearish FEG. We now see price, it's been consolidating today, just moving sideways pretty well. It's respecting this bearish FEG on the hourly. We could also look at this candle here as a bearish breaker. So that would be a level, if price was to push up, that we could look for price to reject from. There's also an FEG aligned with that, so this is actually a hourly unicorn. If we have a look at running our projections from the high to the low here, we can see that price reached and closed below the negative 2.5. So when we get a close below the negative 2.5, we can anticipate price to reach for the negative 4. We have high resistance liquidity on our side of price. We have low resistance liquidity on the other side of price, which is aligned with our negative 4. So overall, looking for bearish price action today on NQ. Moving over to ES now. So we had a sweep of the high here. Moved higher. Price created new all-time highs here on this candle. We do see price respecting this order block here at the moment. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. Likewise, we see that price is respecting 50% of this wick at this stage. We do have a lot of low resistance liquidity through here, all these value swings here. And we had Monday put in the low of the week. So similar to NQ, which NQ had Tuesday was the low, but if Monday or Tuesday put in the low, we can anticipate TGIF. So looking for price to retrace, if we can move past this order block on the daily, and looking for price to come back into 20 to 30% of the range. So bearish on ES, we are moving from a swing high, therefore we have a bearish bias. Down here on the hourly, we get a change in the state of delivery here. We have displacement. Price respecting the bearish FEG here. We've put in some equal lows, which will be a nice draw on liquidity. We do have high resistance liquidity here on our side of price, and we have low resistance liquidity on the other side of price. If we run our projections from the high to the low there, price has already reached the negative 4. Hasn't closed below it, but it did wick below it. So keep an eye on that. See if price has a willingness to move lower here. We can see each time price has tried to come lower, it's respected these wicks. It's done it here. Again, this wick, it hasn't been able to close below any of these wicks the whole time. And again, exactly the same has happened here. So if we do get a move lower today, it'll be interesting to see if we can actually break through this wick. We'll see what price does. We'll leave that on the chart and see how price reacts. Okay, let's have a look at oil. So here we are on the daily. Just going to clear that up and draw it out again. So price did move from this internal and pushed away with our bearish bias. We've then reached into a bullish FVG and reacted to it. We do have liquidity in here for price to reach for. So with price located at one of our points of interest, this is a bullish point of interest. Therefore, I'll be looking for price to move higher today. And let's drop down to the hourly and see what the structure tells us. Okay, so we've got no change in the state of delivery just yet, by the looks of it. A little bit of a range here at the moment. Since we reached into that bullish FVG, price has stalled and just chopping sideways. We do have relative equal highs here above price. These highs stand out for me as well. They're just too perfect almost. We do have high resistance liquidity here, but if we get a close below, that'll fail. If we run our projections from here to here, we'll see that price has only reached for that -2. We still have a lot of low resistance liquidity for price to reach for down here. So this hasn't turned bullish for me just yet. We did get a close below these up close candles here. So if we're looking at that as a order block, see, we can see that price has respected the 50% of that order block as well. So we are still trending down at the moment. We're going to need to see price turn around here with displacement to give us that change in the state of delivery. And also we're respecting these bearish PD arrays. So still bearish on the hourly structure. Let's move over to 6E. Euro futures. Let's clean that up a little. So we have price located at a swing high, a bearish bias, seeking internal liquidity. being our bullish FEG down here. And we did get the initial reaction there. Price moved lower. Yesterday's candle wasn't able to move outside. We had an inside bar candle yesterday. So it didn't take the liquidity from the high or the low of Wednesday's candle. So I'm still remaining bearish. On Euro futures. It's just a little bit of chop city at the moment, isn't it? We'll see if price can give us some displacement lower here and reach for this FVG. So bearish today. Let's go down to the hourly. A really nice example here of price respecting the change in the state of delivery. So we had a nice sweep here. High resistance liquidity. Low resistance liquidity down here on the other side of price. So it's a perfect formation here. We have a bearish breaker, which price also respected and has continued its move lower. So this looks bearish to me. We're also getting failure swings through here. Price unable to push higher here. We have these smooth edges. So if we see price respecting, say, this bearish PD array, this bearish FEG, for example, we could look for a price, we could look for an entry rather, for a short. If price respects this bearish PD array coming into open, then we could look for a short to take a position. So bearish overall on Euro futures. Having a look at gold now. So obviously gold's been crushing it with all-time highs just day after day, just about. We've now put in a bullish FEG. So I'd anticipate price to come into this FEG and then look for a price to continue higher. So bearish today on gold. So we have price respecting this bearish order block right off the 50% level, right off it. And it makes its move lower. Looking for a change in the state of delivery. We don't have any displacement here. There's no FEGs that I can see through any of this price action. We do have low resistance liquidity, and we have high resistance liquidity. Can use this candle for some projections. The -2 to 2.5 aligns with this bullish FVG. So looking for price to reach lower today. We'll see if we get that change in the state of delivery as we come into open. All right, let's move over to Dixie. Hopping over to the daily. Wow. Again, we see price respecting these 50% levels. It's quite incredible. So we had an inside bar yesterday. And we are really just, this is sort of, quite a little bit of consolidation through here. We are moving from a bearish FEG, but we've also swept this point of interest here. And we could target this low here. I'm going to sit neutral today on Dixie because price isn't located at a point of interest. It's between 2 points of interest. If anything, this would be our most recent point of interest, this swing low. And if that's the case, then you would say, well, okay, well, we're going to look for bullish price action. With the respect of this 50% level of this candle, then that might be the case. But until we get out of this chop, I'm happy to be neutral on Dixie. This was where we had the bullish change in the state of delivery. We see price reacted and moved higher from there. Price is still respecting bullish PD arrays as well. So there's probably more of a tendency to lean more bullish, particularly when we have these smooth edges above price. If this bullish FEG can hold, then I'm anticipating price to reach higher. Let's have a look at GBP. Wow, we had a bearish bias yesterday and price just shot up. How about that? Just having a look at the weekly, see if there's anything we can look at there. So we were pushing out of this bullish FEG. We did reach this swing high, but excuse me, but we did close above that with displacement. We have this gap here too, and that's why you can anticipate bullish price action on the weekly. Dropping down to the daily. So from a weekly profile perspective, we've got a Monday low of the week with Tuesday bullish, then Wednesday bearish, and Thursday bullish. So we might have what's considered a consolidation Thursday reversal, potentially looking for price to move lower today. But I will sit neutral on the day. We've got equal lows here for our draw, if we do draw lower, and we did sweep the previous day high, but we weren't able to close above yesterday. So we swept Wednesday's high, we weren't able to get a close above, and now today's candle is currently inside the range of yesterday's candle. So happily sitting neutral for our bias on GBP. Here's those equal lows. Definitely a nice looking draw. If we do see some displacement lower here, we could have a bearish unicorn. We do have a bearish change in the state of delivery. We have displacement here. This is the first moment in time we get a change in trend after sweeping an important level. So leaning slightly towards bearish price action with our structure, looking at our narrative and logic. If we were to run our projections, we will see that this low resistance liquidity down here aligns with the -2 to 2.5. And our first point of interest, the -1 here, aligns with this low. This here does look like it would be a nice draw on liquidity, these equal lows. All right, let's have a look at EU. So Thursday was an inside bar candle. Still remaining bearish after this sweep. That's our most recent point of interest. And looking for price to reach lower. Rightio, guys. Thank you for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. Please feel free to leave any comments below and I'll be happy to respond. And as we head into the weekend, be safe, enjoy time with your family and friends, rest and reset, and get ready for another week ahead of trading. First though, let's get Friday out the way. So have a great Friday, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.